If you've been following the channel for a while now, you guys know that I love PrizePicks. Hands down, the easiest and most exciting way to get in on the action. Whether that's the NFL, NBA, college football, whatever, PrizePicks is the way to go. And here's how it works. Pick 2 to 6 players, predict if they'll go for more or less than their projected stats, and you're in. It's you versus the numbers, just simple and fun. And PrizePicks hooked you guys up with an incredible deal. Play $5 in lineups, get $50 instantly, win or lose. That's $50, no strings attached, and it's just one of their incredible offers. Every Friday is Flex Friday, where you get a protected play, win, or you get your cash back. Plus, don't forget about Taco Tuesday, where you'll find discounted projections all day long. So if you want to play PrizePicks just like millions of people across the country, click the link in the description, use code DOUBLEMOVE, and start making your picks today. Don't miss out on the action or the deals. Originally, the main name being thrown around with the Cowboys head coaching job was Deion Sanders. Now, in the betting odds at least, that name has moved all the way down to 6th overall. There's 5 people that have better odds to become the Cowboys' next head coach, so that does seem kind of out. Deion likes Colorado, he likes working with college players, and a move to the NFL doesn't really seem all that realistic. Cowboys never had a formal interview with him. We just heard reports about him and Jerry Jones having a phone call. Now, 2 guys that Dallas did have interviews with were Kellen Moore and Robert Saleh. As of a couple of days ago, those were the betting favorites to be the Cowboys' next head coach. Kellen Moore honestly makes too much sense for Dallas. He was here as a player. He was an offensive coordinator. Jerry Jones really likes him. Kellen is familiar with them. They're familiar with Kellen. It just made too much sense, and that was my guess right off the bat when Dallas fired Mike McCarthy. Kellen had a good year in Philadelphia. They're potentially going to make it to a Super Bowl this year. They're already in the NFC Championship game. I wouldn't have been surprised if Jerry looked at that and said, I knew we shouldn't have fired him. Hire him as the head coach. And then we can also have Jason Witten in here as the tight ends coach because we can tell Kellen what to do. Then they had a interview with Robert Saleh, previously the Jets head coach and now looking for a job. Now, he's gotten a few interviews, Robert Saleh has, as a potential head coach, but right now the 49ers are throwing a bunch of money at him to get him back in San Francisco as the defensive coordinator. Would he take a DC job over a head coaching job? Probably not. So if Dallas did offer it to him, I could see Robert Saleh being here. And out of those 2 names, I would probably put Saleh first, Moore second. And I know a lot of people would be absolutely livid if the Cowboys hired Kellen Moore as their head coach. They would say there's a reason that he's been interviewed by 8 different teams, 6 different teams, whatever, and hasn't got a job up to this point. Why do you want Kellen Moore? We've already been there. We've done that. And I totally understand that. But I promise you, Kellen Moore is not the worst option out there, because today multiple reports came out about the odds changing in Vegas for the Cowboys' next head coaching job. And you guys will not believe who is the betting favorite now. Brian Schottenheimer, the Cowboys' offensive coordinator under Mike McCarthy, the guy that didn't even call plays, that ran one of the worst offenses in football in 2024. That was Brian Schottenheimer, somebody that hasn't probably even been interviewed for a quarterback coaching job anywhere, much less a head coaching job. But for some reason, with all the chatter from Dallas Cowboys beat writers like Bobby Belt, Joe Hoyt, there's stuff coming out of the Star. Cowboys front office likes Brian Schottenheimer. They want to keep him around, whether that's as a head coach, an offensive coordinator, a quarterback's coach, whatever, they like Schottenheimer. And if you want to bring him back as the quarterback coach, be my guest. I don't really care. But the fact that he just jumped to the front of the line as far as being the next Cowboys head coach is absolutely insane. I know we don't like Kellen Moore. I know people probably have their gripes with Robert Saleh, but I promise you those 2 guys are about 100 times better than what Brian Schottenheimer could do as a head coach. There's a reason that he has jumped around from college to the NFL, NFL team to NFL team over the past decade and a half. The last time that he was a hot shot head coach, play caller was in 2011 when he was the offensive coordinator for the Jets and Mark Sanchez. Other than that, he's just bounced around the league. So for him to even be mentioned in this conversation blows my mind. And it's starting to really worry me based on what Adam Schefter was talking about with the Cowboys in their coaching search just a few days ago. Adam Schefter went on the Pat McAfee show and said, the Cowboys are in their own little category because it doesn't seem like they are in on the other candidates. Now, they could always call about Aaron Glenn. We'll see if they do. The Dallas Cowboys, I think, are moving at their own pace in their own universe, doing what they do. We wait to see where that brings them, but it feels like the other 5 teams are in on the Lions coordinators and the Cowboys are operating in their own universe. That completely checks out. I mean, Jerry Jones really does operate in his own universe if there are whispers about Brian Schottenheimer becoming the head coach. And I'm not going to go on a long rant about it, but if you're serious about winning a Super Bowl, if you're a serious organization and you don't interview the top candidates from around the league that everyone agrees is the best candidate, and you hire a guy that was pretty much an offensive assistant that's never been a head coach, 0 experience, don't ever tell me you want to make it to a Super Bowl, that you are serious about winning. Forget the Super Bowl, an NFC Championship game appearance. You're watching the Eagles do what they do, what the Washington Commanders are doing, and your idea is to maybe hire, Brian Schottenheimer? Just really doesn't make any sense. I'm going to stop myself there. I'm not going to go on a long rant because he hasn't even had a formal interview yet. But if he does, prepare for the video that will be my meltdown. But I did want to let you guys know there are whispers about maybe the Cowboys zeroing in on Kellen Moore and Robert Saleh, and then a huge shakeup happened in the odds, and there might be whispers going on that Brian Schottenheimer might be a bigger chance than people think. We're going to have to keep an eye on it. Hopefully that's not the case, but nevertheless, thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully not announcing Brian Schottenheimer. Bye.